It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we'll see the Steelers' veteran quarterback.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Steelers and the Jaguars.
And it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that.
A first carry now for Thompson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 6. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. Well, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical? And almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Powering his way forward. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. They go play action here on first down. To the sideline and incomplete. The Jaguars at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. You look at this Steeler defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down.
Personal foul.
So who's this going to be
passer,
on?
Defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 13. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Thompson between the tackles. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
2nd and 3. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 15. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. (10-3) our score after one here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jack. It's the Jags with the football. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Hand off to Thompson. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Again, a run with Thompson. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles.
Still second down.
Right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive
DBs.
backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
Double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Keeps himself upright. Ooh, with a juke. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
This is caught. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's an early front runner for MVP in the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Jags are back within a score. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make it 17-13. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have
False
moved.
start, offense.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They give it here to Thompson. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Jags offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That one's taken in by Spears. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
False start, offense.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Jags are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for
neutral zone
jumping.
infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Still first down.
Alert, don't jump early and give them free yardage.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he thought he was one of the key pieces in that play.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding, offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
On play action, they'll throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Slot man moves right. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. The slot man in motion right. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, good move. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now the try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and it's the Bengals who are out in front. The Bengals locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets, and they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Pats looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Falcons trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.